Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are good and fantastic. So, my dear friends, you are very welcome in our lecture number 3 of circles. Okay, my dear friends. So, I hope you will enjoy this lecture. So, without wasting the time, let's start. Okay. So, my dear friends, today we are going to discuss about second of a circle. What? Yeah, second of a circle. Okay, so my dear friends, a second to a circle is a line that has 2 points in common with the circle. It means it cuts the circle at 2 points, forming a chord of a circle. Forming a chord of a circle. So let's suppose we have a circle like this. Okay, so in this circle we have a line PQ. This is what? This is a second, because this is a second, because this line cuts the circle at 2 points. At what points? A and B. At 2 points. At 2 points A and B. That's why this is the second. Now AB is what? AB is the chord. AB is the chord because it is just join the points of the two distinct point of a circle. Okay, so AB is a chord, and if we extend the chord from both the ends, we can say this is what? Yeah, we can say this is second. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now let's move on. Okay, now the most important thing is that, listen to me very carefully. A chord is in a unique second. A chord is in a unique second line, and every second line. Okay, a chord is in a unique second line, and every second line defines a unique chord. Unique chord means in the circle this is a second. This is what? This is a second. But in the second there is also a chord. There is a unique chord. There is a unique chord. Okay, so a chord is in a unique second line, and every second line defines a unique chord. Okay, so every second line what? Defines a unique chord. Okay, so my dear friends, in geometry, a second is a line that cuts any curve in at least two different points. At least two different points. So second means to cut, which is extracted from a Latin word. This word scale. Okay, while in a circle a second will touch the circle in exactly 2 points, and a chord on the circle is the line segment defined by these 2 points. Okay, my dear friends, that is the interval on a second whose endpoints are these 2 points. So I hope, my dear friends, you understand the concept of second and chord. Okay, so now let's move on. Yes, second of a circle formula. Now, if a second and tangent, and what? And tangent of a circle are drawn from a point outside the circle, are drawn from a point outside the circle, then length of the second into its external segment, its external segment is equals to length of tangent segment square. Okay, so what is the formula? Length of second into its external segment, its external segment is equals to length of tangent segment square. Okay, okay, so let's see. Let's suppose we have a circle like this. This is our circle. Okay, and this is the point which is outside the circle, and from this point, first of all, we have to draw a tangent. This is a tangent, and we are drawing a second. This is a second. Okay, my dear friends, this is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this point is D. And the formula of second is, let's see, length of the second means, what is the length of second? The length of second is AC. Okay, multiply its external segment. It's what? Its external segment. What is its external segment? Its external segment is AD, which is equals to length of tangent square, means AB square. So this is what? This is the formula of second of a circle. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So AC into AD is equals to AB whole square. AB whole square. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now let's move on. Yes, diameter of circle second. Okay, a second is an extension of a chord in a circle, which is a straight line segment of which the end points lie on the circle. Okay, if the same chord passes through the center of the circle, then it is a diameter. So an extended diameter is a second. Simple. So a second is an extension of a chord. Basically, a second is an extension of a chord in a circle. In a circle which is a straight line segment, which is a straight what? Straight line segment of which the end point of which the end points lie on the circle. Lie on the circle. Okay, my dear friend. If the same chord, if the same chord passes through the center, passes through the center of the circle, then it is what? It is a diameter. It is a diameter. Okay, so an extended diameter is a second. Extended diameter is a second. Okay, my dear friends, like this. This is a circle and this is a diameter. Okay, basically we can call it as a chord. Okay, my dear friends. Now, if we extend these endpoints, then it is a extended diameter. Okay, then it is what? Extended diameter is a second. Okay, so this extended diameter is what? Is a second. So I hope, my dear friends, you understand these things. Okay, my dear friends, so let's move on. Yes, intersecting seconds. Now, when two seconds of a circle intersect each other at a point outside the circle, there becomes a intersecting relationship between these two line segments. Okay, when 2 seconds of a circle intersect each other at a point outside the circle, okay, there becomes an intersecting relationship between these two line segment. Okay, my dear friends, let's suppose we have a circle like this. This is a circle. Let's suppose this is a circle. Okay, now we have 2 intersecting second. Let's suppose this is first and this is second. Okay, and this is the intersecting point P. Okay, and this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this point is what? D. So the relation between these two lines is PA into AB. PA into what? AB, which is equal to PD into DC. So this is the what? Yes, this is the relationship between two line segments. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now let's move on. Now let's talk about difference between a second and a chord. Okay, so here is second and here is chord. Okay, so first point is it intersect the circle at 2.8, intersect the circle at 2 points. At what? At 2 points. And here it touches the circle. It touches the circle at 2 points. At what? At 2 points. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So the second difference is it is draw from outside the circle, from outside the circle, and it lies within the circle. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. Okay, so now let's move on. Tangent as a special case of secant. Now, the tangent to a circle can be seen as a special case of the secant, when the two endpoints of its corresponding chord coincide. Like it is saying that, let's suppose we have a circle. Okay, like this, and we have a secant like this. Okay, and we have another secant like this. So it is saying that what, when the two endpoints its corresponding chord, we can say this is the chords. Okay, so endpoint of its corresponding chords coincide. It is coincide at this point. Now we can draw from this point a tangent. We can draw from this point. Okay, so the tangent to a circle can be seen as a special case of secant. So this is what, this is a special case of a secant, because in this case these two endpoints of line of chord 1 and of chord second. Okay, so these two endpoints are coincide, and from this point we are drawing the tangent. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now let's move on. Yes, two parallel tangents at most of for a given second. Okay, two parallel tangents at most for a given second. So now, my dear friends, listen to me very carefully. For every given second, of a circle, there are exactly two tangents. Which are parallel. Which are what? Parallel to it. Okay, and touches the circle at two diametrically opposite points. Means, let's suppose we have a circle like this. Okay, and we have a second like this. Let's suppose this is a second. We know that. Okay, so for every second of a circle, there is a two parallel tangents. Which tangents? So from point this tangent is tangent 1, and now from this point, this is the second tangent. Okay, so my dear friends, this is P and this is Q. This is P dash, this is Q dash. This is P double dash and this is what? Q double dash. This is the representation of these lines. Okay. Okay, my dear friends. So for every given second of a circle, there are exactly two tangents which are parallel to it and touches the circle at two diametrically opposite points. At two diametrically means if we see that this is what? Our diameter. This is our diameter which is passing from the center. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now this is enough for today and we will meet in the next lecture with the next topic. So thank you very much guys for listening me, and take care and goodbye.